Okay, so in this second video, we're going to talk about how to draw waves given pitch and amplitude. Now remember, pitch has to deal with how high or how low something is. So a flute is high pitch, a tuba is low pitch. And pitch tells us is also by wavelength. So something that has a high pitch is going to have a short wavelength. Something with a low pitch is going to have a very large wavelength. Low amplitude versus high amplitude is volume. So something with low amplitude is going to have a quiet volume, and something with a high amplitude is probably going to have a high volume. We can tell that by the distance from the line. In this first one, we have high pitch, low amplitude. So we need to have a small wavelength, okay, and we need to be close to the line. All right. So we're going to be doing that. So the first thing we need to do is let's go ahead and draw our amplitude line. So since we know it has to be a low amplitude, let's just go ahead and draw our amplitude lines pretty stinking close to the sound wave bar, okay? So that's going to be a pretty low amplitude. And then, so now we need to deal with the small wavelength. So we need to pick a small number. So I'm going to look at this. And I think I'm going to go with, because this is 18 centimeters, I'm going to go with 2 centimeter wavelength. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And then like in our previous video, we talked about how to set this up. So I'm not going to go into that detail. You can watch the previous video to figure that out. So here I'm putting the trough dots in so that I can go ahead and connect these. All right. So this wave will have a high pitch, low amplitude. Again, we know it's high pitched because the wavelength is small, making our frequency high. Okay, this one's going to go up like this. So this would be an example of high pitch, low amplitude. I could do the same thing over on this next one, a high pitch, high amplitude. So you'll see I gave myself lots of space here because I'm going to put this amplitude bar way up high, way far away from the sound wave line. Okay, to the point where I think I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here should be my next amplitude line. And to be consistent, I am going to keep my wavelength at 2 centimeters. Okay. So I'm going to mark out my crests here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Again, here's 18. And then down here, the 1 goes in we got to start at 1 so that our dots end up in the middle. Okay. And you should notice I will have the exact same frequency as I did on this wave up at the top. Okay. So now I've got to connect my dots. They're really far away from each other this time. Okay. So this would be considered a high pitch, high amplitude sound wave. Okay. So it looks like that. And if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for our frequency down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for our frequency down here. This is the same frequency, so it's the same note. It's just one is soft and one is loud. We can do the same thing on this side. Okay, so we have low pitch, low amplitude. So again, this is going to be really, really close. Since it's a low pitch, I need to have my wavelength be farther apart. So this time, I'm going to make my wavelength be 8. Okay, because it's a low pitch. So 8, 16. Half of 8 is 4, so I'm going to start at the 4, plus 8 is 12, plus 8 is 20, which is off my paper. So I connect this in a nice, okay. This would be considered a low pitch, low amplitude sound. Same thing over here. Now we're going to have a low pitch, high amplitude sound. So I'm going to put my amplitude bars far away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And I'm going to count by 8s because that's what I did over there. 8, and then 16, and then down here we have 4, plus 8 is 12, plus 8 is 20, which is off my paper. So I can come down and up and down and up. And we can see when we compare this with lots of waves, that's high pitch. Not very many waves, that's going to be low pitch. And our amplitude is because the crest and the trough are very far away from this middle line. And this one's going to be low amplitude because the crest and the trough are pretty close to that line, okay? Those are the different types of waves that you need to be able to draw for your assessment, okay? So make sure to rewatch these videos, study, and get help when you need it, all right?